All right, everybody, MegaHurtz here. I'm here with Dack Janiels. He's about to go on here in a little while. We're here in Detroit. So tell me, how do you like touring and playing all around the country?
I mean, dude, to be perfectly honest, it's been a blessing just to be able to bring the 40-ounce bounce everywhere and bring my heavy shit and vibes to every different city, you know? So it's been tight. A blessing, you know?
Speaking of vibes, what's some of the stuff that you like to perform the most, some of the stuff that you like to make the most? Like, what's the style that you're really into right now?
I came up with like a super gangster rap background, which is kind of different from a lot of guys who came up with like metal and heavy dubstep and shit. So I definitely try to incorporate as much gangster rap vibe as I can. All the current stuff I'm listening to, like Migos or like Kevin Gates, I'll try to incorporate that kind of vibe into my music too, just because I don't think that the audience that's listening to Migos or Kevin Gates necessarily is listening to heavy dubstep. So it's a nice exposure on both sides, you know?
So when you're making some of these tracks, what is some of the people that has really influenced you when you were growing up? Like some of the stuff that's not EDM related that you would probably be, consider a big influence today?
I grew up listening to I'm from the Bay Area, San Francisco, so I grew up listening to all the Bay Area hip hop, Mac Dre, Andre Nicotina, Brother Lynch Hung. So all those guys and all those producers had this super chilled out Bay vibe to their songs. It wasn't trap, it wasn't hip hop, it was just Bay. You know, we had our own kind of music. So I definitely try to take that vibe from being something completely different than everyone else is doing and trying to incorporate that with my music, you know? So I definitely say that the guys like Andre Nicotina or like Young Chop, Chief Keef's producer, have been major influences in what they've been doing for hip hop.
You're making a lot of tracks right now. What is some of the production software you're using? What's the VSTs? What kind of DAW you're using right now to make some of your tracks?
Yeah, I use Ableton Live for 90% of my productions. I actually use FL Studio for some of my trap and hip hop beats, and I go into Reason for some of my wonkier stuff. So I try to keep as versatile as possible. But mostly Ableton 9. Massive is my main VST. I make that for all my growls and shit. So yeah, Ableton, Massive, and the Waves plugins. The Waves plugins are my life. So yeah.
What's some advice you'd give to some up-and-coming producers?
I mean, a lot of people have seen my name recently coming up in this past year, but to be perfectly honest, man, I've been producing for 6 years. I had another alias, so I would just say keep doing whatever you're doing. Keep making the music that makes you stoked. Because at the end of the day, I could give a fuck if someone doesn't like my new tune. I like my new tunes, you know? Yeah.
Tell me about some of the projects you're going to be working on in 2015.
I just wrapped up my newest EP for Excision's label on Rotten Recordings. That's coming out April 20th. Cell Block 4 EP. So that'll be tight. And then other than that, man, I've just been really trying to put out as much free music as possible. I have 10 to 15 freebies I'm sitting on right now. So this entire year is going to have one new freebie a month all the way out. So I'm really excited for that.
Speaking of freebies, where can people find some of these freebies online?
I post all my freebies to my Dack Janiels page, soundcloud.com/Dack Janiels. But other than that, there's a free downloads tab on my Facebook page that everyone can find those at normally.
And they can find you on Facebook?
Facebook.com/Dack Janiels 666.
So tell me, you're producing, you're going to be collaborating with stuff. Any tours, anything other than the one this summer that you know about coming on?
This has been my 40-ounce bounce tour. This is the midway through it. I just finished up in Canada, St. Louis. I had a bunch of 6 stops, but now I'm going to go with the 40-ounce bounce international tour this summer, which will be nice to hit all the regions outside the country that I was trying to hit. Instead of focusing all my reach and everything inside the country, we want to go with more of a European run or something like that to try to expand outside. So I think international 40-ounce bounce tour is the next thing on the agenda.
Anything you want to say to your fans out there?
Only thing is just fucking thank all of you guys so much for fucking supporting me. Keep putting up with me, whatever. I just love making heavy music for you guys and drinking 40s and smoking weed. So just making you guys happy. Fuck yeah, thank you.
You heard it right here, MegaHurtz, Dack Janiels, Dubstep Live TV. We're out. Keep it locked.